myself Shweta Shah. I am your instructor for the subject Computer Organization and Architecture. In this subject we have started Unit 3, that is Assembly Language Programming. In this session we are going to see today the topic, that is categories of the program. Before seeing today's topic, let me see what are the outlines for this Unit 3. These are like introduction, then categories of the program, then machine language and assembly language, then we will see how assembler works, then we will see arithmetic and logical operations with some programs, and lastly next we will see looping construct, then subroutines, and lastly we will see IO programming. So let me start with our first topic. A total computer system includes the both of these things, hardware and software. A hardware is consisting of the physical component and all associated equipment, while the software refers to the programs that are written for the computer. It is possible to be familiar with various aspects of computer software without being concerned with the details of how the computer hardware operates. It is also possible to design the part of the hardware without knowledge of the software capability. But for those who are concerned with the computer architecture, they should have the knowledge of both of these things, hardware and software, because these two branches influences each other. So, writing the program for a computer is consisting of the specifying directly or indirectly a sequence of machine instructions inside the computer are in form of binary pattern, which are difficult for us to work with, to understand it. It is preferable to write the program with more familiar symbols of alphanumerical character set. So, this is the instruction set that is we are going to be using for our programming. It includes total 25 instructions, and this instruction we have already learned. These are of memory reference instruction, non-memory reference instruction, and IO reference instruction. From this instruction, if we consider the memory reference instruction, then we will have AND, add, LDA, STA, BUN, BSA and ISZ instruction. From this AND instruction, by using this AND instruction, we can do the ANDing of some memory content and the accumulator. By using add instruction, we can do addition of some memory content and accumulator. By using this LDA instruction, we can load some content from memory to the accumulator. By using this STA instruction, we can store the accumulator's content to some memory location that you have specified as an address field. Then by using the BUN instruction, you can do branching operation so that you can change the sequence of the execution. By using this BSA instruction, you can do branching operation with saving the return address. And lastly, we can use ISZ instruction, that is increment and skip if 0. That instruction increment the content of memory location and skips the next instruction if your condition is true, for the result is 0. So by this way you can use all of these 7 memory reference instruction, and for this instruction we have hex code 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 or 8, 9, A, B, C that we have already learned. For a register reference instruction, we have instructions like CLA for clearing the content of accumulator, CLE for clearing the content of E flag, CMA for complementing the content of the accumulator, CME for complementing E flag, CIR for circularly right shifting of the accumulator's content, CIL for circulating E and accumulator to left side, INC for incrementing the content of the accumulator, SPA, SNA, SZA and SZE are the instruction for checking the content of the accumulator. In SPA, we are going to see the content of accumulator. If it is positive, then we are going to skip the next instruction and execution will start from the next to next instruction. In and A instruction we are going to see whether accumulator's content is a negative or not. If it is negative, then next line is going to be skipped. In SZ A instruction, the next instruction will be skipped if accumulator's content is a 0, and as for SZ E instruction, next instruction is going to be skipped if E flag is a clear. And lastly, in register reference instruction, we will use HLP instruction to hold the computer. For any code, we are going to using this hold instruction to acknowledge the assembler that our code is ended over here. Next, we can use this IO reference instruction. These are like INT, OUT, SKI, SKO, ION and IOFF. From this instruction, INP and OUT are the instruction for communicating with IO device. INP instruction you can use for the taking data input, data in input from input device, and this data is going to be stored into accumulator. And for out instruction, your accumulator's content is going to be stored into output device. Next two instructions are SKI and SKO. These are some decision making instruction depending upon your interrupt input and output flag. For example, if in SKI instruction your input flag is going to be checked and if your input flag is 1, the next instruction is going to be skipped. In SKO, your next instruction is skipped if your output flag is on. Similarly, to turn interrupt on and interrupt off, you can use this two instruction I on and I off. Basically, this instruction will turn on or turn off, or you can say set or reset the interrupt flag, and depending upon that your interrupts will be enabled or disabled for your code. So this is the total set that we are going to be using for our whole programming sequence. So these are the instructions. Next we will see the categories of the program. A program is a list of instruction or a statement for directing the computer to perform the required data processing task. There are various types of programming languages that one may write for the computer, but the computer can execute the program only when they are represented internally in forms of binary. So ultimately any machine will work on your binary numbers, or you can say on your binary data. The program written in any other language must be translated into binary representation of the instruction before they can be executed by your computer. So let me see what are the different categories of the programming. First category is the binary code. This is the sequence of instruction and operands that you have stored in form of binary that lists the exact representation of your instruction as they appear for your computer memory. Second, this binary code representation is just for machine. You can't, for a human being, it is hard to understand the meaning of these binary letters. So instead of writing them in a binary, we can write them in terms of hexadecimal numbers or octal number. This is the equivalent translation of your binary code to the octal or hexadecimal representation. Third category is a symbolic code. In this category, the user employs symbols like letters or numerals or special characters for the operation part, and the address part and other part of the instruction code. For example, if your instruction is like add 500, here we have used symbol ADD that represents your task of addition. Each symbolic instruction can be translated into one binary code of this instruction. So ultimately you can write like add 500. That instruction will add the content of location 500 to the accumulator. But while it is working on your computer, then ultimately it required to be converted into binary. So the translation of this assembly language to the binary language is done by the special program that is known as an assembler. Because of this, assembler translates the symbols to the binary. So this kind of programs are also known as an assembly language program. Fourth category is a higher level programming language. These are the special language developed to reflect the procedures used in the solution of the program, rather than it is concerning with the computer hardware or computer hardware behavior. So these are like in this type of language we are going to use in English like statements. Example of this higher level programming language are like C language or Fortran, etc. The program that translates the higher level language program into binary level language program is known as a compiler. So we are ending our today's session over here. If you have any query, then you can contact me.